Welcome everybody to the final reading of our university magazine, The Musepaper. It's under the Anglophone studies, and we would hereby like to thank to everybody who have contributed in any way to the running of the 3-year project. Thank you everybody! You've been great! You've been great! Let me just announce that this is a British refugee-friendly zone. So it is okay for the British refugees to come here. Nobody's going to attack you. Thank you.
So my name is Anna Marie. I've been running the magazine for 3 years. We haven't introduced ourselves. My name is, I was the editor-in-chief. This is Anastasia Wróblewska, graphic designer of the magazine. And this is our royal ginger. His name is Jan. And he was the co-editor along with me. Okay.
Yarda has told me I have to wear a white glove, so I'm just putting it on.
Yes!
It's my kind of Michael Jackson. I confound her, projecting in her place, roseate Mr. Bebbington, barber of my youth, joking with his adult clientele as spasming clippers make 8-year-old me laugh out loud. It's ineffectual. Yitka eschews electronica. Hers are the blackened steel shears. Hers are the ways of the terrifying spider. I stifle the memory. She wants to know if everything is satisfactory. It's not. I say it is, and quickly pay, and out into the chill Vinohrady air, through the ungenerous spring when birds fell dead from the trees, and cold locked the Devil's Brook in a stiffening vice, until construction ceased. But on inspection, words too deeply countersunk revealed cracks between brackets and hairline fractures deeper than sense. And as their bosses peered at them, trying to reason them away, the gap was widening always. And through that gap came glimpses of the lights of cars streaming across bridges in the Canadian dusk, of dissidents raising beers in ironic goodbyes, and a flight of rooks in the darkening sky, calling, "Fuck you, evermore." Thank you.
He has provided a beautiful description. Ken Nash has disappointed many people, particularly his parents. He hopes to redeem himself this evening with a short story and a song. Please.
There is no cure for what my mother has, because they've not yet found symptoms. My mother believes she has symptoms. What symptoms, Mom? She doesn't know, she says. She's pretty sure she has many, though. They affect her mostly at night, but sometimes in the morning, and several times throughout the day. When asked how they affect her, she shrugs. They come and go faster than I know. I have to lie down. They pass and I can't quite remember what happened. Her doctor says it's nothing to worry about. A condition without symptoms is often a symptom of many conditions, especially when you get to be her age. If she starts having some sort of serious complications, though, you should have her checked out. But it wouldn't hurt either. We got into my old Impala and drove down Kensington Parkway to the dairy barn. The sign says 72 flavors, but I don't think they've ever had more than a dozen flavors in there. What sign, Mom? She looked around as we got out of the car. The only sign I could see was one that read, Dairy Barn, since 1973. They must have taken it down. 72 is too many flavors. It took longer to read the sign than to finish an ice cream. Your father only ever ordered the coffee. We ate outside on a picnic table. Plastic spoons and paper cups. A bee buzzed around us. It dove into a trash barrel and crawled upon the discarded napkins and cups. My mother said that it was good to get outside. Are you feeling better? I asked. No, she said, not at all. But outside, things don't bother me as much. The song, write me a sensitive song, but don't play it too long, too long. Sensitive song, write me a sensitive song, but wait to play it when I'm gone. I know you've been hurt by your parents, but they're dead now and buried in the ground. So what the heck? I know your heart is scarred by those things your ex-lover said, but you'll need to find a word that rhymes with fucking asshole.
And also silly putty marketing, and also doo-wop radio soprano, and also write like a man fast as I can, I'm gonna, and also glue horseshoes, and also pants the gypsy, and also talent in the individual tradition, and also gritty sobriety, and also shot glass egg yolk, and also new words for technology and terror, our contributions to language. And also, if it hasn't been done, perhaps it's not a good idea, the Nazi hunting poet said over cigarettes in a powder blue linen summer suit, dapper fantastic. And also, life is a crapshoot, and also that's pretty disgusting. And also, when I met my past, I will pump him full of cracked iPads, and also a broken belt loop, and also a $3,579 wig, and also bloodshot irises in the window box, watercolor air of May morning when I refused to take pills for hypertension. And also the afternoon I put a television in a phone booth, and also staggering Saturday Chappaquiddick streets with a trumpet and a toilet seat, and also losing the feel of people, and also Ken Nash, and also Meek Freedom, and also Watermelon Elephant, and also, sorry Tennessee, and also the double 4-prong plug fishing lure my father hung in the shed, remnants of a bluefish feeding frenzy in the 70s after he was in the Guinness Book for longest freedive ascent under ice, having dropped his fish faulty tank returning to the surface.
And restless mind. Art is information. It's the soul of civilization. But from essence to abstraction is a long and tangled way. The language and the landscape, because we've lost the landscape in our version of reality, have come to seem the same. Nature tends to nurture, and the present to the future in a thread of continuity from cradle to the grave. So art has turned to nature as the lesser to the greater. Ever since the bison was first painted on the cave. There is something I must do. I must reach down to tie my shoe. And so I find a step, a wall beside the walk so I won't fall. Or look like I'm a raving nut and block the sidewalk with my butt. So people have to walk around while I am staring at the ground, feeling nervous as they pass, that one of them won't kick my ass. Thank you. Back to school. Newborn babies are one of life's great joys. But Jesus Christ, they make a lot of noise. They cry, they poop, they poop, they cry, they cry. And there are moments when we wonder why we thought it would be fun to reproduce as we suffer through an earful of abuse. We eagerly await that golden day when we can send the little brats away. Today, there is a cool and pleasant breeze. The leaves are brown and falling from the trees. It's time to send the children off to school. That's the schedule, the tradition, and the rule. Every year, we see the seasons change. We should not be surprised, it's not so strange. The green of summer wasn't meant to last. It fades into the sweet, nostalgic past. It's natural, and always has been so. Autumn is the time for letting go. Hear that train coming down the track. Went to work this morning and now I'm going back. I'm just getting on the metro at And if I get a seat today, y'all know that there's a God.
Opinions. The natural hunger of opinions is to swallow other opinions. They must eat or they wither and die. Be careful when you are around them. Be cautious about letting their mouths approach you. They may pucker in a kiss, then bare their fangs. If you are not prepared, they will bite you, then chew you down, till you have lost all sense of your own taste, your own flavor, till your own opinions are mere food in their bellies.
20-minute break during which you can light your cigarettes or inject your heroin into your veins. And also there are cupcakes and biscuits there in the room next door.
The machine. You knocked on the rusted door, lightly at first with his knuckles, but soon he was slapping it with an open palm so that the metal surface reverberated and sent out shining vibrations like a Tibetan bowl. The deserted alleyway which lay behind him was bathed in an acidic orange light. He seemed to remember a darkened city street, peddling itself like a cheap hooker just beyond the alley's apex. No answer. You knocked again, deliberately and with more determination. He sighed and looked around, back towards the way he came. The mouth of the alley loomed out onto the stiff darkness. The dirty street was not visible. It's out there, waiting like a predator. Its mouth was set, and its black obsidian eyes radiated reptile clarity. I said, no pathos, please. I'm here for the machine. Yeah, I know. Come in. Right. You stepped in a few more steps, and the stranger closed the door behind them. The sound waves radiated down the hall, a sonic wall that filtered through your pores, vibrated through the flesh, and oozed out the other end. The guide moved down the hallway with a whimsical air, occasionally brushing the peeling, whitewashed walls with gaunt, yellowing fingers. A moth flitted listlessly around an uncovered light bulb which hung down from the ceiling like a cadaver.
Okay. The machine number 2. No thoughts on the sensations, a tunnel of bright light blazing across myriad galaxies. More pathos, please! His consciousness experienced utter disbelief in the face of his dead mother, resurrected in front of him. The machine thus deftly incarnated just for you, executing routine motion, extracting a memory here and molding a feeling there. Colors bursting from every crevice, yet dark, metallic grey prevailed and suffused every stage. The butcher's apron stank grey matter, X-ray eye. And then there was a fadeaway into picture sweet, recollected in tranquility. An idyllic scene up on a hill where the mother was summoning her children to the wholesome meal, followed by the heartwarming image of a soldier returning home unscathed, happiness and warmth. The TV signal got distorted again. Uberman reassumed the scene, roaring and releasing the outlets of the engineered breaths. Let the altar say no to drugs, and do please post about your rape as the computer virus blends with cancer. Tech transcends its maker, and the digital midget wreaks his bit of vengeance on demand. Fusion 99% complete. Will we ever regain our reign?
The machine can hear you. The machine can hear you. Machine can hear you.
I have a word, a tear of yours, a sense of what you sense. I am the foe, your evening waltz, a mirror in your hands. I am an elegy, a word that forms itself into a lonesome wording sets of chords unnoticed just by you. I am the darkness in your dreams, I am the lost refrain, of what is real and what which seems to sound like your name. I watch you constantly regard a melancholy view behind the window of your heart. My artist, am I you?
It's quite challenging to be the first woman, female, whatever you call it, standing up here. Patience, princess, patience. Your voice sounds in my head. Postpone your thoughts and lust to another place, another time when I'm more than shapeless dust, and you are wet sand I can mold with my hands. Jump, little junkie, jump, addictive as you are, and sweet, so sweet, I'm sticky all over. Jump into me, into my mouth, like a candy, I'll lick and suck more. I want to tear me into 1,000 pieces, and wrap each piece with a red, red ribbon, a gift of immortal affection to many men. A rhapsody of flavor, orange, with cinnamon, peaches and cream, blood orange dream. One gets an eye, but receives no sight. No, I would be lost in delight with him, and he would call me dear, as the little animal that I am.
So I'm the second female reader tonight. Her heartstring marks. She moaned deeply from pleasure and pain. The translucent tubes within seconds turned red. I watched the corners of her mouth shiver in satisfaction as I pumped the circulation. And watching the liquid of life and love passing between us, I whispered, mark but this flea, and mark in this, how little that which thou deniest me is. Me it sucked first, and now sucks thee, and in this flea our two bloods mingled be. When I looked up from the now half-empty tubes, she was already watching me. Life seemed to have been restored to her skin, eyes, and lips. She no longer resembled a walking corpse. Even her chest seemed fuller. She turned her head to the side, playfully. Why always that dawn poem? I squared my shoulders before saying, that was the last time. The last time you were here, the last time you got it from me. You hear? And she nodded, and mockingly replied, I hear. She got up from the chair and ruffled my hair as she passed my half-naked body. She seemed physically stronger than before, whereas my own figure seemed weakened, drained. She picked up her coat from the floor and with a victorious backward glance at me, she said, but next time, it will be you begging for it. And with this, she left. I sat there for a while longer with the tools surrounding me and blood dripping from the claw endings. And then I realized that there was still a blood trail running down my freshened heartstrings bruise. And ever since, I am wondering how many times these heartstring sessions have happened. With the vivid images of the curled corners of her smile and shared blood flow between us in my mind, I suddenly grab my phone and dial her number. And after a while, her voice comes through. Yeah? And immediately, I respond with my voice deeper than usual. Emma, I need you.
much to you. I've been first and last. Look at how the time years pass. Now I'm all alone at last.
I quickly glanced at her with a nonchalant air of, I'm gonna check this girl out and then hope the other girl doesn't notice me, before turning back to the girl sitting opposite me. Judging by the, oh, I saw you check that girl out and don't think I'm not good enough for you, stink eye, that she was giving me, I knew I was in the doghouse. A couple stops later, finally I managed to catch her eye and tried to give her my best puppy dog, please take me back. I'm sorry, and I won't ever, ever do that again, kind of look. Thankfully, those did the trick. We spent the rest of the trip throwing looks at each other, madly in love. She gave me an inquisitive, do you want children look? To which I replied, sure babe, whatever you want. However, when she gave me a, oh, well, let's get a babysitter because we'll both be super busy, I silently stopped and glared at her. I'm not gonna let some sort of stranger take care of my child. You're gonna stay there and watch him, kind of look. This did not go over well, unfortunately.